It says. But anyways, he said that we have not seen him as Robin yet, because when this came out. But at the end of the Titans show, he does, I believe, become Robin.
Probably will, though, in the next couple episodes of Titans. There's also his father and his mother, Jack and Janet Drake, who also debuted 32 years after their debut in the comics. And finally, a villain named Lady Vic, who is mostly a Nightwing villain, who debuted 34 years prior to her debut on Titans in the comics.
24.
Moving on to 2022, we have the final season of Batwoman, which only gave us a single debut because they used a lot of original characters. But that being Jeremiah Arkham.
Jeremiah Arkham. Who
debuted in the comics 30 years prior. Then there's also the first ever Batman character to debut, or actually a Nightwing character, who debuts in The Flash. That being in Season 8, Episode 14, the debut of Mark Desmond, aka Blockbuster.
Yes. They added in Blockbuster, but he's like a one-time villain who don't talk, who don't even get. I don't even think it's mentioned that he's from Bloodhaven at all.
Adaptation of this character, another one of these brainless and dialogueless villains who also looks nothing like his comic book counterpart, and also never mentions or sees Nightwing. It's just a really unusual use of this character, a character who debuted 57 years before 2020.
And the only reason he was on The Flash
also Bernard Dowd, who debuted literally last week from when I'm recording this video, and probably like a single week before the video was coming out. Bernard Dowd debuted 18 years prior to this in the comics, but his name is actually changed here for some reason to Bernard Fitzmartin. I have no idea why, but considering he has all this scenes with Tim Drake, it's pretty clear it's the same character. 2022 isn't over yet, and neither is Titans Season 4, so it's very possible that another Batman character will debut in that season, especially since Dick Grayson is so prominent in that show. But I obviously have no idea if that will happen or not, so I can't really be talking about it yet. The Batman came out this year, but no new characters debuted in that movie. At least no new characters from the comics who have never appeared before. One final thing to look at is the year 2023 and what we already know, which is a Gotham Knights show on the CW coming out next year, which gives us the debut of 4 other heroes. The first of whom is Carrie Kelly, who technically did appear in Titan Season 3, but that's really only in a picture, and that doesn't count. And she debuted 37 years prior to the year 2023 in the comics. There's also Duella Dent, aka Joker's daughter, who debuted 47 years prior to 2023. There's also Harper.
She was kind of a hero at some point, villain at others.
She's daughter, actually.
Yes, but she called herself the Joker's daughter. And the only reason I remembered was because she said the Joker was more of a father figure than Harvey was. So yeah, her mother is, I believe, Jane Doe, who's also a villain, who he don't mention in this video because the Gotham Knights TV show wasn't out yet. This is just what they knew who was going to be in it. So from what I know, there's 2 other characters that he didn't mention. Because those are, like I said, Jane Doe and the mutant leader. He don't have a real name, but there's a group, and the Batman and the Dark Knight Returns comic book series made by Frank Miller. And it's a group called the Mutants, and their leader is called the Mutant Leader. Fair warning, after Dark Knight Returns, I would not read any other Frank Miller stuff. I would read Batman Year 1, and if I wanted to, so I don't think it was made by Frank Miller, but do Long Halloween, so that's kind of connected, people say, to Year 1, as a Batman Year 2 type story. And then, if you want to skip forward into the future of that Batman, I would do Returns, because those are only good stories. But if not, you can read the other ones too, but they make Batman an abusive asshole. In no way like how he acts in the Returns story, or in the Batman Year One story, where people didn't even want to believe that it was the same character.
Rowe and her brother Cullen Rowe, who both debuted 11 years prior to Gotham Knights. And the final character for this video, as well as probably the last character and only second character from the Batman mythos to debut on The Flash, is Red Death, a character who in the comics is an evil Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse who combines himself with Barry Allen and becomes the Red Death. While on The Flash, it won't be Bruce Wayne, it will be Ryan Wilder, who is the second Batwoman and current Batwoman in the Arrowverse, because they're probably not allowed to use Batman. But he debuted in the year 2017, so that's a 6-year gap, if you can even consider it the same character, which I am because it is a version of Red Death. So that is it. That is every single character from the Batman mythos who has ever appeared in live action, and the gap between when they did and when they appeared for the first time in the comics.
Yeah. But also, this is the... I'll finish the video after I tell you. This is the shortest playlist of it I have saved to watch, since it's only 8 videos. The other ones, you go over Superman characters, and then Flash characters, and then the appearance of every Justice League member, Teen Titans member, most iconic DC characters from each year. Why are you leaving me? But anyways, after the most ironic,